the paint was not flowing out as smoothly as I was hoping it would. And I'm using a 0.5 needle. I had my compressor set at about 22 psi. I went on ahead and thinned it out just a little bit more. Probably went about 20% to the paint. Then it started flowing more freely. So hopefully I'll put a couple of minutes of the video where I was recording my airbrushing for this kit, as well as for the Chevelle. I will say the masking job turned out pretty good. This really part on the top, I can easily sand that just a little bit and shoot another couple of coats of the Wicked Red, but I will do that later. I'm going to let everything dry out. I'll most likely do that tomorrow. But still, it's a sharp kit. This kit actually reminds me a lot of a car former girlfriend of mine had back in the 80s, early 90s. She did not have the Shelby. She just had a regular old Daytona, and you know, it good memories of the car. I liked it. I always thought it was a sharp car. That and the Conquest TSI. I remember Stu Hansen had one in the showroom, and I got a chance to test drive one, and those things were pocket rockets. They hauled. I liked them. I just couldn't afford one at the time, so I stuck around with my old used Firebird, and I lived with that for a while. But still, always good to be able to build these in miniature just the same. Anyhow, got that. I've got a lot of the parts. In fact, all the parts are painted. I'm just going to kind of show them to you right here. Right, get off the stage there. I'm going to start working on building this one. The interior, I actually finished. I'm doing a gray interior. I got the decals in the seats, everything. A little bit of weathering with the paneling detail. Looked at the Shelby Z interior. I like gray. There's one right there. So I'll show you right there, up top. And there's the gray one. So I made sure that the dash was painted semi-gloss black in the areas where it needed to be. I think it turned out all right. So pretty cool. That and the chassis, I have that done as well for the most part. So I'll start working on the engine and the suspension bits, hopefully this evening after I've gotten things cleaned up. But what I'm going to show you right now is the Chevelle. Now, just to recap, it's this guy. This one from Hot Rod Magazine from a few years back, but it's been in the magazine a number of times before. Beautiful time capsule car, and I really like this body style. This is the kind of stuff I grew up with in high school, you know, really looking at the covers and the magazine articles, and even if they had pull-out spreads, you could put those up on the wall. This one, I was looking at it just before I started putting the color coats down, and I realized that the paint, the custom paint goes all the way up to the front bumper. So I am going to make sure that when I mask that off, I'm going to take my time. One, what I did with this one for the color coat is I started with the base coat of LP11 Silver. Okay, and I did that with some Mr. Color leveling thinner, 400, and I did about 4 coats of that on this. Paint's done really well. I noticed right here there's just a little bit of a run, but when I look at the car, I could sand that before I paint it black. That's fine, because the black, when I mask it, it's going to actually come about right here and then go up over C-pillar. There we go. And then up over the top of the car and back around. The whole back will be black. What was really cool about this one is it had airbrushed, or not airbrushed, well, it could have been airbrushed, but they had names and stuff like thanks this person, what have you. I'm not going to be able to replicate that. I'd like to. If there was a way I could get those in decal form, I could do that, but I'm just going to leave it black. It's not going to be 100% because they have interior tin for the engine bay, and I'm going to let mine sit exposed. I mean, when I get this done up, it's going to be bright red, and it's going to have the silver firewall. Kind of go from there. But that's going to be for hopefully next weekend. Again, this one I'm going to let sit for a little bit. I'm going to let it maybe tomorrow or Tuesday I'll start the masking. And I don't know, I'm looking at this and I'm looking at that and I'm going, should I start with the black? And I'm thinking, yeah, I'll start with the black. I'll mask the entire body that's not going to get black, and I'll paint that, including the trunk lid. Then I'll let that sit for a couple of days, and then I'll mask the black, and then I'll start masking for, it looks like a burgundy paint, and I've got a little bit of that, and then the orange, and then the yellow. I've got those in Tamiya lacquers that I can thin out and then airbrush, so I think I'm going to go that route. But then once that's done, I'm going to set it off to the side and then start focusing on the roll cage, which I am going to start working on this week. I picked up some polystyrene from Evergreen right here, and these are hollow tubes, but I'm thinking I'm going to go back to the hobby shop and look for the same size except a solid. See right here, it says if it's hollow or solid. These are hollow. The reason why I'm thinking I'm going for the solid is I think they're going to bend a little better. Lucas C had a video a few years back where he talked about that, and after I looked at that, I go, yeah, I might as well. But I'm going to try my hand at these and start working on fabricating the roll cage, because I've just not found any kit that has a decent enough roll cage for this angle of bead pillar. Not even the NASCAR ones. The closest I could get was the Le Mans, but they still had a little bit more of a rake than I was hoping for at least this build. So there's nothing wrong with going in there and actually starting to fabricate your own roll cage. I mean, sometimes you just got to go down the rabbit hole. If there's something you want, you got to build it yourself. You know, that, or you can always buy somebody's files and 3D print it. But I don't have a 3D printer, not yet at least. So hint to my wife, Christmas gift, 3D printer. I don't wish one to get yet, but hey, someday. But in the meantime, there's nothing wrong with cutting, sanding, occasionally cussing, and then finally getting the roll cage together like I want it, and then going from there. So with that, I'm going to go on ahead and put this guy off to the side so I don't run over it while I'm cleaning, and I'm going to continue to listen to Iron Maiden while I'm cleaning. In the meantime, I hope y'all are having a great weekend. Keep continuing to build the cool kits. Thanks for checking out this channel as always. We'll catch you next video. See you later.